Okay, I'm gonna do this real quick. It's FOMC day today, so I usually don't trade. I didn't set an alarm, but I got up and I did take one trade because I saw my setup. But anyway, this is the S&P today. We had a nice big juicy green candle. We're still in a range though. On the daily, you can see it's still in a range, and then we got up to our last previous high, and we wicked right back down. So we'll see how it's affected by the FOMC meeting, more than likely tomorrow. Okay, go to the hour chart on S&P or ES. Okay, we opened the day up kind of bullish, almost. The first candle of the day, this first green candle of the day, not only did it confirm the 5 EMA and the 20 EMA cross, we also had a close above the 50, which I liked, and this is why I took this next trade. So once I saw this candle, because I've hit my weekly goal, so I'm only taking A+ setups, I saw this candle, and I wanted it to go somewhere in between this 50, because sometimes we'll close over the 50, come back to the 50, and go up. But I like to see it go to the 5 EMA. So I wanted to see it go somewhere in the space between the 50 and the 5 EMA and see my reversal pattern on the 5 minute to take along. Because that was a trade there. And we went up, and then we went down right before FOMC. And then once the FOMC, all that stuff got started, we shot up. We went higher than that, and then we kind of calmed down at the end of the day and got below this high. All right, now let's go to the 5 minute real quick. All right, the trade I took on the 5 minute was, this was the green candle that started at 8, ended at 9, and then we started going down, and I was looking for it to get in this space that I showed on the 1 hour, and then once I saw a close over the 5 EMA, I would get in. I got in here. It really hadn't closed really above it. This was the close really, so I should have waited for this candle and then got in with this candle once it got over the 5 EMA. But I got in here and I got out somewhere here. That was the scalp I took. But if I didn't get in here, there was another opportunity. We got below this, we got above it again, could have got in on a 5 EMA here, and went up with that. Only should have been looking for longs, but your day kind of got messed up around 1 p.m. because at least 1 p.m. Central, because that's when we got the rate announcement, and then Powell began to speak, and you just don't know what the market's going to do then. So I took that trade there, and I didn't watch anything. I glanced here and there, but that was it. So yeah, otherwise, if you just traded the setup and didn't care about FOMC, you could have actually took the trade. We got the confirmation cross of the 5 EMA over the 20 EMA with this green candle here. We came back down, and then we came back up. We came back down a little to hit the 20, and then we came back up, could have got back in at the 5 EMA, and took that up. And that's even using the technicals, still worked even with the FOMC meeting and all that going on. So, and there was another trade here. We went up here, we got back down to the 5 EMA. That could have been taken up. We got back to the 5 EMA here. That could have been taken up. You just don't know when that's going to stop, though. So yeah, it actually, the price action doesn't look so bad, even though it was a FOMC. NQ, I didn't look at. I'm just assuming it's pretty typical, meaning that it followed pretty closely to ES. We had a green candle. We wicked down a little bit more than ES, though. NQ or the NASDAQ can be just a little bit more volatile than ES. So we can't get above this. We keep closing below this major level here. Even today, we closed below it. So it'd be interesting to see if we actually break and close above this level on NQ. Okay, the hour. The hour was pretty much the same. Only thing different is that I would have had to wait for this candle in order to get in, because this candle had to close above the 50. I mean, I could have taken this for an A+ setup. This green candle here confirmed the 5 crossed over the 20 with this green candle. We came back down to hit the 5 EMA, and that's when I could have got in long here. But waiting for the close over the 50 was this candle, and then you would have came back down and came back up. So actually today was not a bad day to trade if you just didn't bother a whole lot with the lower time frames and just looked at the higher time frames. This actually was an easy day to trade. It followed all of the technicals that I would usually look at, which is kind of weird, but yeah, it did that. So I'm not even going to go over the 5-minute on the NASDAQ. It's pretty much just looking at it. It looks like the same thing as ES. That's the hour. We see the hour and we see the price action here, which is basically what I try to take my trades off the hour, because usually the higher time frames hold more value. All right, GC. Now GC is typically pretty affected by FOMC and all of that, and it looks like it, let's see, we made a higher high today. We didn't get that much higher, but we still made a higher high. We were pretty high, so that's impressive, even if it's a small move. Okay, go to the hour today. I didn't look at gold today. The only thing I looked at today was when I woke up, I looked at ES and I saw that what it looked like, and I took my setup, and that was it. So on the hour, we were flat. We were flat up until FOMC. This is the FOMC meeting, or when they let the data out for the interest rates decision. That was that green candle there. So otherwise, we were flat. So for me, gold would have not been tradable during these hours because I can't tell the bias. I don't have a bias. We're moving sideways. Then we had this huge green candle that got over previous resistance. We came back down to it, it looks like, and we just kind of went up and went sideways. This is what it looks like on the hour. Let's look and see on the 5-minute. Yeah, on the 5-minute, you can see it just was really sideways action up until 1 o'clock Central. That's when we actually, moved up. But yeah, we were just going sideways. And I mean, I could trade this and just have it be a see money, take money day, but I usually try to stay away from these days. They're too unpredictable. But yeah, after FOMC, after 1 o'clock Central, we popped up. We came back down to there were a couple different trades you could have taken if you were quick. I'm pretty sure these went really quickly since we had the volatility of the FOMC. We came down to the 5, that could have been taken. We came down past the 5, down below the 5, got back to it. That could have been taken for a long. Let's see, we came back here. This could have been taken for a long. We got back above the 5. And we kind of had like a triple top almost. It came down. But so pretty much gold just stayed sideways until they got the decision or had the FOMC. Crude usually isn't affected too much by FOMC. Still dancing along in this really tight daily range. It's getting ridiculous. The hour. This morning, we were starting to go up bullish. If I were to trade the hour, let's see what I would have taken. This green candle here confirmed this cross of the 5 over the 20. Then we came back down almost to the 20 with this wick. And then could have got back in when we got back to the 5 and taken that up. So that would have been the trade of the day for me, it looks like. came back down, and then it's kind of sideways right here. So that was a trade. If I were watching crude, I didn't. So let's see. So I don't remember exactly when we had the confirmation candle, but we were looking bullish on the 5-minute, especially when we got above the 200, which was, looks like after 8 we got above, we came and we traced back to the 200. And then we had this cross of the 5 and the 20 with this candle, green candle. It went back down to the 20 and then could have got back in right here. And that would have been a pretty good trade with crude. But crude, the volatility is so low, a big move is giving you very, very little, because of the ATR, which pretty much lets you know the volatility. It's just so low on crude right now. So a move like from here to here, which would normally be a pretty decent move on crude, is giving you like $200. I mean, it's not bad, but it would, crude is usually gives you a little bit more. Actually, let me see the ATR on crude. Watch list. You know what? Oh yeah, I have it here. No, the ATR on crude now is $1.72 a day. The ATR is $1.72 a day. So that with crude, that's if you got at the extreme low of the day and got out at the extreme high, or vice versa. On average, you would make 1,720. But the ATR on crude is usually way higher. But that's it for today. So this was FOMC day. It was a little bit milder than what I thought it would be. That's it. Bye.